Let's take a look at upper chest breathing with third eye focus. This is quite possibly the most powerful breathing practice I'm going to teach you in this course, so do take your time and please be patient with yourself because it does take a lot of practice and quite a while to develop the muscle memory that's going to enable you to do it skillfully and comfortably. In upper chest breathing, we're just using the upper part of the lungs. We're going to use our Uddiyana Bandha to force us to only breathe from the top part of the lungs. So you remember Uddiyana is this center bandha. It's part of Maha Bandha. It's the one in the diaphragm area. And you engage it by really drawing in the diaphragm and buttoning up the ribs. Feels kind of like a corset effect here. So let's just practice that alone. You can sit in any meditative posture that's comfortable to you. Find a nice tall spine and then draw in your Uddiyana. And you can feel how that's going to force you to breathe from the upper part of the lungs because it prevents the diaphragm from dropping down and allowing air into the full lung capacity. You can go ahead and release that. And then when we're breathing just through the nose, and we're going to keep it very regular, like a little ripple on the surface of a lake. We don't want a jagged breath and we don't want a deep breath, which is why we're using this Uddiyana Bandha. At the same time, you're going to keep your gaze at the third eye very lightly, but please know that the gaze is secondary to the breathing. You want to practice the breathing first, concentrate on that part first, and later when you have that all mastered, you can turn your focus to refining it with the eye gaze. Okay? So let's give it a little practice, and I'm going to take the microphone off here and bring it a little closer to my mouth so you can hear. So find your seat, find your tall spine. And then we'll begin on the exhale, drawing your Uddiyana, and then just through the nose very lightly. And done. So that was about 30 seconds, our little practice session. In the beginning, your goal is going to be 2 minutes. And then as you master that pattern, as you're able to maintain it, you can work up to 3 or 4. We also were breathing at a pretty moderate pace, which you can also increase. You can increase the frequency of it over time as long as you can keep it nice and steady. Some people breathe up to 4 breaths per second. But I don't want you to force the breath. I want you to let the breath guide you in this one. It may also want to take you slower. I have noticed that there are times when, as your state of consciousness changes, the breath will change along with it, and it will naturally drop you into Kavala Kumbhaka, which is spontaneous retention of breath or spontaneous cessation of breath. If that happens, follow it, watch what happens. Don't force it to go anywhere it doesn't want to go. So I don't want you to get into a state where you're holding your breath and it's uncomfortable, or you're trying to breathe so quickly that you're going into a really overly vigorous pattern with the muscles. And it's best if your nervous system is relaxed and calm going into this. That'll prevent you from having a really jagged breath. It'll give you a little bit more control over what you're doing. So if you find that you're a little agitated or your nervous system is otherwise triggered in some way, do some Nadi Shodhana before you try this one, or maybe do some asanas, but get yourself into a nice calm, energetic state first. This is one that you can kind of feel around with as you get the hang of it, and it will inform you over time as to where your body wants to take you. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you'll find, as I did, that it really deepens your meditation practice. I do this one every day after my Nadi Shodhana. Enjoy. Namaste.